Yo, what the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Champaign Papis Podcast. As always, I'm Marco Guzman.
I'm Joe Longo, and we welcome our favorite third guest, Gibby Hernandez.
Let's fucking go. What up, baby?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm chilling, man.
Hey, I really like that hat you got on.
Thank you. I like your shirt.
Yeah, Dodger
So,
blue.
as we record this, I have to say the Dodgers are on their last breath of life. Hopefully they come back during the podcast.
We'll be fine.
but
Don't even worry about it. We'll be fine.
I'm not
Don't
worried.
worry
You
about
two are the Dodgers fans.
it.
I'm
I'm
good.
not worried.
I
We're
don't
gonna
like
come
baseball
back just like we
but
did yesterday. We're gonna catch another dub.
You know what? If there's anyone who I would let predict sports right now, it would be you. Because we have Gibby here, which of course means we are doing our weekly pick'em.
Yes.
And for the second straight week, Marco, you led the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Last week you went 15-1. This week you go 13-1.
Yes, sir.
So Marco's now in first place. I'm in second. Gib in last. Gib at 72%. I'm at 73.3%. Marco at 77.3%.
Wow, that's a high ass percentage.
I would like to add though, I haven't gotten a 3 o'clock game wrong in 4 weeks.
That is true. You're undefeated in the 3 o'clock games.
So the 3 o'clock games, if you want to bet, that's a good idea. If you're going for the big parlay, you might want to listen to Marco. If you want to go for the risky picks though, you go with Gibbs.
Hey,
Gibb has hit more against the grains than we have, but at the end of the
That
day,
is
he's
true.
also missed more. So he is the risky picker. But the first game of the week features a team that Gibby used to like when they had Peyton Manning against a team that Gibby currently likes for some weird reason. The Denver Broncos, the Cleveland Browns without Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, or Kareem Hunt.
I was about to say, that's a lot of people that are going to be out for that
A
game.
lot. And OBJ, maybe, as of now.
Yeah.
He's hurt with his shoulder still.
Shout out to Jarvis is still out.
Jarvis is on IR.
Yeah, exactly.
Their best offensive weapon right now is Dearness Johnson. If OBJ doesn't go.
Jesus Christ.
So, for me, it's easy. It's Denver.
Okay, he's going with one of our fake good teams from early in the season, Denver.
Yeah.
But, Gib, what are you going with? Because you're the one who has a little bit of bias towards these two teams.
I'm going with the dog pound.
Okay, he's going with the dog pound, the
Back-to-back
dog
weeks
pound,
are-
like he said last week.
Have you picked the fucking Browns every week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when the Bears played the Packers last week, Gibby said there's a difference between the soul and the pick'em.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, when it's close like this, we go with who we like. I would love to think that Case Keenum and Dearness Johnson can come in and lead a win.
Thank you.
But
thank
I
you,
don't.
thank you.
I think Denver's defense is just too good, and it's going to be one of those games that's going to end like 17-6.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those ugly scoring games, but I think Teddy B, Melvin Gordon, Emmanuel Sanders, I think they get it done.
It's
Emmanuel
gonna
Sanders is
end-
there.
Oh, I'm Cortland Sutton. That's
Cortland
what I meant to say.
It's going to end on a pick six. Or not a pick six, just a pick.
Damn.
I can see that. And the thing is that I can see the Denver Broncos getting the pick.
The rookie.
Patrick
Oh,
Surtain?
Surtain? He's a fucking
He's a fucking dog. He's a goon.
So Gibbs starts the week off going against the grain with Cleveland. We're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
Denver,
yeah.
but that's just an ugly game. You could pick either team.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, there's still the Browns defense who's very good, and they can win the game alone. But speaking of defense, there's going to be none in this one. You got Kansas City, 3-3. Tennessee Titans coming off a win against the Bills.
The Bills.
And me.
And, oh yeah, by the way, we will get to this when we get to our fantasy segment. Derrick Henry has become the mortal enemy of Gibby. So he has
Yeah,
beaten
for
Gibby
real.
twice, and we'll explain what that means later. But for now, will he beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
What do you think, Gabe?
No.
Okay, the hot streak ends for Tennessee. Gibby's going with Los Chiefs.
And I gotta agree. I think Chiefs, I'd be damned if the fucking Chiefs lose another game. Patrick Mahomes is gonna go off.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope the defense at least can somewhat stop Derrick Henry from getting 300 yards. He's still gonna get 200.
You know what?
But 300, that's worse.
My bad. I got this whole thing wrong. You went 13-2. I went 10. I got all these numbers wrong. I forgot that Tennessee beat Buffalo. So Marco, you went 12-2. My bad. I just automatically
Correction
checked it
from
off.
the early
Because
statistics.
here's the thing: is that I was so confident in Buffalo that watching Tennessee beat them.
You're the fucking stats guy. You're stats by Joe.
I am. I understand. I fucked up. It is what it is. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be losing games like this, but
Ooh.
I have to go against the grain at some point. I think that Kansas City has one of the worst run defenses I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what you need to beat the Tennessee Titans. And the Bills have a great run defense. Not great, but better. Mm-hmm. And they got whooped.
Yeah,
so I'm going with Tennessee, and I wouldn't bet on them.
That's
but
a
the
risky
odds
game.
might be nice enough.
Damn, so
I
you
don't
guys
know.
both going against the grain early.
Early. Because no one's going to go against the grain here. Washington football team, Green Bay.
Come on now. Tay time, Aaron Rodgers. The Green
Gibby, any
Bay Packers
surprises?
are going to the Super Bowl.
Cap. Gibby, any
They're going to the
surprises?
Super Bowl.
He owns the Washington Redskins.
Woo! That was amazing. That was the
Football team.
That was the best thing football related that I have seen in a while.
I love his explanation. He said he blacked out. And
You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? As a sports fan, like obviously I hate seeing Aaron Rodgers do it to the Bears, but I fucking love that.
Yeah, that
Like,
shit's fucking dope.
you love seeing that when someone gets their moment and takes advantage of it and doesn't just like throw the ball to the ref and run away. Speaking of throwing the ball to the ref and running away, that's what I want to do for this game. Another team that we said was fake good, Carolina and the New York Giants. The New York football Giants, Gib. We're going to start with Gib because he is a Carolina hater and a
it's
Giants
true.
lover.
Yeah, you do love the Giants for whatever reason.
What do I say? The soul or the bat in me?
Whatever.
Yeah, we are getting very aggressive with betting now, so that might be a new theme as we go along. I just got into the sports book. I finally confirmed. But Gib, who are you going with?
I am going with the New York football
Wow.
The New York football Giants
Crazy.
for Gib.
Crazy. Well, I'm
hate
picking
myself.
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, I don't think the Giants have
I picked Carolina 2 weeks ago against Philly, and they blew it. I picked Carolina last
Jalen
week.
Hurts though.
I picked Carolina last week against Minnesota, and they blew it. I don't think the Giants are a team you blow it against, and I don't think Saquon's back, so I'm also going Carolina.
Yeah.
Can I switch? No, I'm kidding.
Isn't there one of their
If you
wide
want to.
receivers is out too?
Galladay.
Yeah, Galladay's out.
so, but Tony's a beast. This
No,
game is the consolation of the London games. You got the team who just lost to Jacksonville, the Miami Dolphins, and the Atlanta Falcons coming off a bye week.
This is in London?
No. It's the two teams
Oh.
that just recently played in
I was
London.
gonna say these motherfuckers are back in London.
So,
Wait, go Falcons.
Dirty Bird Nation, rise up. I'm going with Gib on that one.
Yeah,
I
I'm going with
think
ATL too.
I think the whole in London thing was embarrassing, but I also think coming back from London and playing the same week versus having a bye week is going to play a big part.
And I do think the Atlanta run game has picked up a lot. Like Cordero Patterson, Mike Davis.
It's not a bad.
They've been
not the worst.
They've been producing. They've been good backs.
Been
So,
good backs. Speaking of good backs, I have Rondre Stevenson and Damian Harris going for 200 yards against the Jets. Patriots, Jets, who do you guys got?
Go Pats.
Yeah, go Patriots.
So that's a
They
unanimous
sucked them
one.
last week, but I love them this week, baby.
I was going to say New England surprised against Tampa Bay. They surprised against Dallas. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender by any means, but they're going to beat up on a lot of
But
bad
they're
teams.
competitive. They're very
They're going to
competitive.
beat up on a lot of bad teams and be one of those like middle of the pack teams
Yeah,
that like
so
sneak into
That
a
was
wild card
crazy
maybe.
Fucking game of the year.
That was absolutely insane. The Trevon Diggs pick six into
Bro,
the Trevon
yeah.
Diggs blown coverage for a 70-yard touchdown.
that was
Insane.
crazy. Like I remember, I was driving back to Champaign as I was going out, so you were texting me this like
Yeah.
live. You were like, Trayvon Diggs pick six. Not even like a minute later, you're like, Trayvon Diggs blown coverage, touchdown score.
I believe it was 16 seconds of game time. That's all it took for the second touchdown after
Wow.
the Trevon Diggs.
It's fucking insane.
Speaking of crazy games, I think this one has the potential to be up there with Kansas City, Tennessee as fucking electric during 12 o'clock. Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens.
Oh.
Baltimore, easy. That one's easy. The way Baltimore Ravens have been beating up on these fucking top teams.
They have.
They've been kicking their asses.
Gib, any thoughts on that one?
See, Joey Burrow, baby,
Joey being the guys.
is really good,
The truth.
but big shrugs, woo woo. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you went against them last week.
I did, but guess what? My bets didn't. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the day, the pick'em is not the bets and it's not the soul. It's a completely different
Completely,
entity.
they're two separate things.
We're essentially just competing among us three. So sometimes, like, I pick Tennessee not because I think Kansas City's going to lose, but because if it happens,
That'd be dope.
that's going to be cool. So I am the type of person, I believe a couple weeks ago when they played Pittsburgh, we were like, oh, Pittsburgh. We all picked Pittsburgh. But I was like, I want the Bengals to be good. Now they're way better than we thought they were going to be at the start of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a chance to compete with Baltimore. I think the fact that it's in Baltimore helps Baltimore's case. And I'm going with Big Truz. Okay. But I think Baltimore puts up a better fight than the two teams the past 2 weeks have.
You mean Cincinnati?
Oh yeah, Cincinnati. I think at the end of the day, I don't think Lamar's getting another 400-yard game.
I think he will. Honestly, I think they're just gonna fucking completely dominate.
I think it'll be a close game.
It's AFC North. It's divisional. It's gonna get ugly, and I think this is a matchup.
Big Truz.
This is like what we thought the Steelers and the Ravens were about to be. It's gonna be the Bengals and the Ravens, where it's like every year these are just two big teams that whoop on each other. Jamar Chase, rookie of the fucking year.
Jamar Chase has been going off.
Even when he doesn't have the ball, everyone saw that block. Like, that is something you love to see.
That's crazy. Especially from a rookie wide receiver, you love to see that. That definitely gets you fucking respect around the league.
It definitely does.
I want to see his more gritty.
Oh, the gritty is hot. I think he has the best gritty in the NFL.
I don't know.
I want to say Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson up there. All those LSU guys got a nice gritty. I'm going with Jamar. He puts a little bit extra thing on it. Speaking of putting a little bit extra thing on it, I put a little bit extra on my 3 o'clock picks, which is what we're going to get to. Ooh. But we are going to cut off a little bit. So, second half of the pick'em coming up right after this.
That's my dog.
That's my dog. So,
we're back.
We're back. What's up?
Back and better.
Like what Bryson Tiller or Marco Guzzi is saying right next to me, we are back and we're better. 3 o'clock games. Huh? Okay, 3 o'clock games. This one I think's ugly. I was looking at it earlier, and I don't know who I want to pick. So now I take the 3 o'clock game seriously, which I should. Philly, Las Vegas.
Oh, this is tough.
That's an ugly game in terms of like, Philly plays good sometimes, and then sometimes they play like dog shit.
Well, the same thing.
Vegas is like they've won games by a lot, but they haven't really done it against teams that matter. But they beat Baltimore. I don't.
Where do they play?
Vegas in the big old Allegiant Stadium. Oh yeah, I don't know if I pick them, I'm gonna let one rip. But if I don't,
I'm going last.
Fuck.
Let me think. I need to process this. This is a difficult one.
This is one of those pick'em nightmares. Would I bet on this game? Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, definitely don't bet on this game.
+3.
So
I gotta go. Honestly, I love Jalen Hurts. That's my guy, but I think I'm going Oakland.
Well, they're not in Oakland.
Oh, they're playing in Philly?
Well, it's Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Raiders.
Same shit. Raiders.
So they barely beat Denver at the end there. Denver started getting going. And do I think Philly would beat Denver?
No. Maybe. Actually, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm going with the Raiders!
Ooh, look at Gibbs doing the...
Fly, Eagles, fly?
Fly, Eagles, fly. Okay.
You know what? I like that earlier. I think I would have picked Philly, but I think I just noticed the home field advantage and the Death Star thingy, so I'm going with them.
Yeah, Vegas.
Look at this for you.
Hey, I need that. Thank you.
Flying Birds, Eagles.
I have to look at an angle too because it's on Marco's laptop, so it's like I just see a fat old hand.
Alright, just blur your hand.
Revenge game. Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions head to LA to take on Matt Stafford and the Rams.
That one's easy. You fucking got a Dodgers jersey.
Take off your shirt and give it to me so I can do the prop thing Gibby's doing. I'm going with the fucking Rams.
Oh, go Rams. Fuck yeah. Honestly, I fuck with the Rams heavy. Even though they lost the Cardinals, like, whenever they played that shit, the Rams are still going to be, like, it's going to be them versus the Cardinals in the fucking championships.
Okay. Speaking of which, the Rams get Detroit this week, and the Cardinals get Houston.
Okay. Ooh.
Are we going with the Davis Mills upset here?
No.
I don't know why I did last week. When I noticed that they already had a win on the season from week 1, it fucked up my whole reason for picking them. I just figured, haven't won a game, playing a divisional team, you're going to win a game. I'm going Arizona by like 70.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona. Yeah.
It's going to be like when the Bills played Houston and it was 40-0.
It's going to be like how when Baltimore played fucking the Chargers.
That was crazy.
It's going to be like the Bears and nobody.
Yeah, the Bears in Cleveland. Speaking of the Bears, they luck out and they get another game of the week. I swear I'm not doing this purposely. Last week we made it a game of the week because it was the rivalry, and I shouldn't have done it because they're the only 3 o'clock game that can turn out to be somewhat good. The Philly-Las Vegas game is going to be shitty, but it can end up as a crazy game. Chicago plays Tampa Bay, and they beat them last year. Obviously, I don't. Personally, I'm going Tampa Bay. But do we think this is going to be the better conversation? Do we think this is going to be a good game, or do you think it's?
No, I think especially if Gronk is back, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers easily just destroy the Bears.
I don't think the Gronk thing matters much.
I think it does.
Because at the end of the day, it's like...
Because that's just too many weapons from the guard. You have to guard...
Roquan Smith's going to guard him, though.
But then who's going to guard? And then you have Antonio Brown, Chris Evans, or
Roquan Smith
Mike
isn't going to guard any of those guys.
Godwin.
Those have been problems.
But I'm saying that you have 4 offensive studs. And then Leonard Fournette has been... Yeah,
By how much?
Tampa.
By at least 10.
By how much?
I think the Bears will keep it close.
The Bears lose by 13.
So here's my thing: is that Tampa Bay, in my opinion, no. Tampa Bay beats the Green Bay, and Green Bay beat the Bears by 10 in a game that was pretty ugly.
Like that.
The pressure can get to Brady more than it can to Rodgers, though. So I'm gonna go Bucks by 9.
9.
It's gonna stay under 10.
Yeah. Okay. I respect it. I respect the pick.
Sunday Night Football, just like last week, we get a dog shit game for the prime time.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite AFC South team, the Indianapolis Colts, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Big story in this one is the Colts have only been good recently because of Jonathan Taylor. Stopping the run is San Francisco's thing. Who do you guys got?
San Francisco.
Who do you got on the list?
San Francisco.
I think this is going to be my against the grain pick.
Woo!
And I'm going with the Colts. I think the Colts are firing offensively. You have Michael Pittman doing his thing. T.Y. Hilton is back. Jonathan Taylor is a fucking stud.
Right.
Obviously, I don't think Carson Wentz is a fucking amazing quarterback. But I think he's better than fucking Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo, whoever fucking starts.
Let me ask you a question, though. How much of this is getting influenced by your fantasy team right now?
Not much at all.
Okay,
Not
say I saw you pick up 2 Colts guys. We'll get to your
that
GM
second Colts guy is just because I needed a placeholder for now.
Okay, so Marco goes with the Colts. So we're against the grain pick so far. We're gonna probably have another one down here. Gibby with Cleveland, me with Tennessee, Gibby with the Giants, Gibby with the Eagles, and then you with Indy.
Yep.
Here is so from now on, everybody back home, if you're watching this right now, get ready for this. This first happened last week. It's going to be a new thing. Every week, Gibby's going to have a lock pick. Gibby, you want to explain what that means?
Wow, wait, so this game is your lock?
See, it's going to be a lock pick, therefore I'm really confident in it.
Yeah.
But it's like my lock pick, I was going to put LA Rams.
Not like obvious locks. I like what you're doing.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, I'm not fucking boring, so I'm going to pick a lock this week for a shitty game.
Yeah, actually, to everybody who's making podcasts and TikToks out there, stop stating obvious shit. Like, stop being like, go buy high or buy low on fucking DeAndre Hopkins and like names that are
shit.
obvious. Like,
yeah.
Oh, if this guy's on your waiver wire, go get him, and it's a guy that's rostered in like 70% of leagues. So stop doing that. I like what Gibby's doing. That you could obviously pick Arizona versus Houston to be your lock of the week and guarantee win it. But what he's doing is he's taking a close game. And he's going to pick, and he's going to say, of all the close games, this is my most guaranteed pick. Like, Dallas-New England was a close game last week. He went with Dallas. Great lock. He's 1-0. So I might just slide with him just because. So, obviously, the only game we have left is Monday Night Football. That features the New Orleans Saints. I have Jameis Winston starting on my fantasy team this week. Taking on Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks, who barely, on a heartbreaking play, lost to Pittsburgh. What were you going to say, Gib?
I'm the best ever.
Jamal, I'm the best ever Adams. I'm the best in the nation.
Yeah, that shit was funny how they were roasting me because you know how like his PFF ranking was like fucking...
Yeah, it was like 62 out of 80.
Yeah.
So, Gibby, because you took off the hat, he's going to do it by putting on a helmet with an oversized logo snapped onto the side. Do you want to go first with your lock pick or do you want to go last?
I'll go last.
Yeah, you gotta go last. You gotta go last.
He looked like he was getting ready to put it on.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was doing too. So that's why I was like, whoa, hold on.
So, Marco, we're going to start with you.
Ooh.
Because I feel like you have the least amount of bias in this game, other than, I guess, DK Metcalf, but you know he can put up numbers without winning. And you are also the hottest on the board right now. So, you're going to start off, are you going with Jameis or Geno Smith?
See, this is a tough game just because it could be how we talked about with the Denver-Las Vegas game or whatever the Las Vegas game is. Like, both of those teams could win.
Denver-Cleveland. And then we did
Denver,
Las
Cleveland.
Vegas. All of those are...
Yeah, those are close, like close games. Either team could win. So, in terms of this game, though, obviously Russell Wilson's out.
Heartbreak.
Chris Carson is out. You have fucking
neck.
Tell me who the running back is.
Who?
The Seattle running back.
Alex Collins and DJ Dallas. I play fantasy football, baby.
Exactly.
DJ Dallas. Dallas, the best football team in God earth.
As he wears a Dodgers hat. He's so max.
Basically, to summarize everything that I'm saying, I'm going with the New Orleans Saints.
Okay. So, by law of having their quarterback in my fantasy lineup, I went with that on the basis of, you know what? This is going to be an ugly game, and someone needs to throw the ball, and Seattle doesn't have a good defense. I'm going with the Saints, and I think it's going to be one of those games where Seattle leads the whole time, though, and then the Saints score like a last-second touchdown, and then Seattle like misses a field goal or like throws a pick. It's going to be exactly what happened against Pittsburgh.
That's some
It's
Seattle
going to be exactly what happened against Pittsburgh. It'll be like back-and-forth game somehow. Seattle's in it, and then all of a sudden they just choke themselves out of it. It's Geno Smith.
Yeah.
But nobody cares about mine and Marco's pick for Monday night. They care about the lock of the week. Gibby, are you going against the grain or are you locking in New Orleans for America?
Hear this. You got the quarterback. I'm playing you. It's personal.
Ooh.
Go Hawks.
Oh!
That looks like a Seahawks helmet.
That does look like a Seahawks ass helmet. Wow, that's...
Right here.
Hey, it's personal.
So yes,
It's
me and Gibby are
personal.
playing each other in fantasy. That's a great reason to go with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have Jameis,
Wow.
I might just because of the whole Geno Smith needs to grab a win eventually. But Gibby goes against the grain a bunch again. He's got Cleveland. He's got the Giants. He's got the Eagles. He's got the fucking Seattle. I wrote this in the wrong spots. The Seattle Seahawks. And the lock of the week. I am now shaking because I wanted to go with Gibby's lock because he's 1-0 technically, but
I can't go with this lock.
he can't go with the lock. He's 20. He's what are you? 27-3 in the past 2 weeks.
Will it be a lock though?
Will it be a lock or will Marco's hot streak continue?
You know who's locked for the rest of the season?
Who?
The boys.
This guy is a big Cowboys fan. Be careful with his picks, America.
Pseudo Cowboys fan.
Be careful with his picks, America.
Alright.
But those are the picks for this week, and hopefully I come back. Maybe Gibby makes a little run with all of us against the grains, but that's the end of the time for this week. So,
Yes, Gibby, thank you so much for joining us for this segment. Love you, baby.
El Neens.
Catch you guys.
I've been trying to find you.